She didn't stay for the outro, didn't wait to hear how it ended. She left before the sax could sigh, before the bridge could say goodbye. The trumpet curled into its case like it knew she'd lost the taste. Her wine still warm, her coat still hung, but the chorus caught what left unsung. The conga missed her final step, still tapping truths we never kept. She didn't stay for the outro, didn't want the slow decay. Said she hated endings, but she ended me that way. No final bow, no curtain pull, just an empty bar and a trumpet full. She left mid-note and let it go. She didn't stay for the outro. The band played on like all bands do, trying to swing through what we knew, but every snare felt just a bit too late, like the groove was holding weight. I watched the stage forget her name, while the bass kept time with blame. And though I stayed until the hush, not one chord felt like us. She didn't say goodbye, she said nothing, and that was she didn't stay for the outro, didn't wait for fade to black. She left me singing to a room that never asked her back. No applause, just phantom keys, no echo where she used to be, just me, the mic, and what I know. She never stayed for the outro.
Lilas wasn't the bridge, but you stopped playing, left me in the key of almost saying
We weren't done, but you were gone, dropped out mid-bar, left me wrong. The drums still brushed like nothing changed, but everything rearranged. I sang the line that never came, left space for you, still used your name. The sax just shook its head and sighed, even the piano This wasn't the bridge, this was the fall. You called it music, Temptation stings off the rhythm, pulling strings. Your promises were jazz and smoked, all illusion, no real note. I kept your solo in my throat, whispered it through every code. But now the night just folds instead, and I replay what you never said. Not every pause means wait. Sometimes it just means it's too This wasn't the bridge, you didn't return. I held the harmony, watched it burn. The mic is warm, the lights still steam, but I don't hum your anything. Just one more verse and then I'm through. You left the bridge, so I walked too. You didn't hear this, but I said it anyway. Behind the trumpet, beneath the sway, I wrote you down in silent chords, the kind the sax forgets its chord. Piano stalled where you might have stayed while I unlearned the games we played. The snare knew when to let me drift, the bass just bowed and gave me lift. Your name a ghost in B minor's bed, still echoing things I never said. I said it all, just not within. I called you out in claret beats, wove you through the off-time sheets. The conga cracked like truth too late, still dressed in rhythm, still second-rate. You move like melody avoids, graceful, sharp, then paranoid. I should have sung you straight and clean, instead I rhymed with what I mean. Maybe you were never for me. You didn't hear this, but I said it true. Each symbol here contained your cue. You left before the last refrain, but I still stitched you into pain. Now every night beneath this light, I mouth the lines that kept you bright. So if you ever wonder this, yes, you just didn't hate. She wasn't in the melody, just somewhere between the keys. She never sang, but still I heard every silence shaped like a word. She filled the room in minor ways, in glances, pauses, sideways praise. The sax would mimic how she moved, but never caught the way she proved that presence doesn't need to shout. Sometimes it's just the space left out. She wasn't in the melody, not carved into the line. She danced around the chorus like it wasn't ever mine. The beat would call her softly, the claver missed her sway, but I still saw her shadow in every bar we'd play. She touched no chord but changed them all, like gravity behind the fall. The band would glance, the lights would dim, and somehow they'd still play for him. I traced her through the empty chairs, through trumpet cries and whispered stares. And though the lyrics knew her name, she never joined the game. Not every muse wants to be heard. Some just want to haunt
Still she shaped the tune. Each rest became a memory. Each silence held her bloom. So I keep playing softer now. Leave space she might step through. She wasn't in the melody, but every note still new. The set list had her name, third from the bottom, right before fade. She never said to leave it in, but I kept her there, tucked under gin. Between us some, but no one danced, and that old ballad we never chanced. She used to hum the parts she knew, out of key, but always true. Now I play those bars alone. Her silence sings in saxophone. The set list had a name, but the band just played it plain. No one asked, no one knew, but I still saved a cue. Every note remembered skin, every rest let her back in. And though she never came, the set list had her name. The crowd was soft, the night was long. I bled her into every song. The piano flinched, the trumpet wept, the lights dimmed down where secrets slept. I called the tune and no one blinked, but my voice cracked just where we linked. She didn't show, she never had, but I still played what once was glad. I couldn't tame. She never claimed fame, but the set list still had her name. Her name hung soft on table 6,
between a drink and old conflicts. She didn't wave, she didn't speak, just let the silence grow antique. The sax bent low like it knew pain. The piano flinched mid-sustain. And as I sang the line she wrote, the trumpet couldn't hold the note. The room took her name, whispered it slow, poured it in the curtains, let the candles know. She left no trace but a half-sung chord, a perfume hum, a vanished word. No spotlight, no acclaim, just hush. The room took her name. She walked like rhythm, knew its cost. Not rushed, just knowing what was lost. The conga tried to speak for me, but her exit killed the key. And though the bridge was mine to build, the silence finished what she willed. Some people leave in verse, others in vibration. The room took her name, carved it in steel, every beat bent backward to fit her will. Now every song ends half complete, and every lyric feels obsolete. She didn't cry, she didn't claim, she just left, and the room took her name. I left her in the river, that soft decay, where the truth gets pretty right before it slips away. Her voice still hangs behind the notes, tangled in my trumpet's throat. She didn't scream, she didn't stay, she just became the sound delay. The band still plays like she'll appear in every pause that hums too near. But all that's left is what we blurred. I left her
I left her in the river, where silence wears her name. Not gone, not loud, just echo disguised as flame. She never said she'd haunt the line, but now she sings in every time. A half note held, a song deferred. I left her in the river. She danced in keys I never knew, always a half step out of view. We played at love, but never learned some chords once bent don't return. Now I tune the night to loss, count measures where we never crossed, and every solo, soft or slurred, still lands where she once stirred. Remembers, it always does, it always lingers. I left her in the river, where truth begins to fade, in looping tones, in chords we never play. She's not a verse, she's not a word, she's just the ghost my voice inferred. And when I hum what once occurred, I find her in the river. I should have ended sooner, before the bass began to sway, before your silence started knowing what to say. I let the song stretch far too long, hid the wrongs inside the strong. The sax kept trying to make it right, but love don't swing the same each night. Your eyes were verses I rewrote, each glance another sinking note. And when you stopped singing back, I filled the rest with quiet lack. I should have ended sooner, while the lights were low, while the band still cared and the room didn't know. Before my voice cracked on your name, before the congas blamed the flame. The song was sweet, but not true, and I stayed longer than you. You never lied, not out loud, but jazz is truth behind a shroud. You paused in keys I failed to hear, then disappeared like chords in fear. The trumpet asked if I still meant it. I hummed the hook but never sent it. Now the bar just echoes slow, where music used to glow. If love's a chorus, I miss the cue. Stayed for applause that never knew. I should have ended sooner, before the rhythm thinned, before the bridge broke down and time refused to mend. Now I play for chairs, not eyes, for memory wrapped in minor lies. The band is gone, the key was two, but I stayed too long for you. The room knew first, before the band slowed down, before my breath matched the sound. Your chair was empty but dressed in you, your scent still part of table two. The piano flinched when I walked in, like it remembered where you'd been. The sax refused to play the theme, like even it could sense the scheme. The lights were low, but damn, they knew, and somehow I did too. Room knew first, before I looked around, before the hush became the sound, before your name fell off my lips and bled into these sinking riffs, before the band could fake the verse, the silence said it. The room knew you left like jazz leaves, open bars, with lipstick smudged on minor scars. I held the bridge we never crossed, and still performed like nothing's lost. The conga whispered, don't pretend. Each clavy hit was near the end. The snare held time like it was pain, repeating lines that never changed. They didn't clap, they didn't move, they just watched what I refused. The room knew first, and I knew last. Played the set like presents past, still dressed the chords in candlelight, still sang
forgot me in E minor, not with tears, just tempo, just fear. She used to say my name like dusk, low and warm, kissed with musk. Now even shadows don't react, her silence just in clean subtract. The band still plays her favorite tune, but every note feels out too soon. The sax tries hard to cry it back, but all she left was one last track. She forgot me in E minor, like a bridge that skipped the fire. No crescendo, no decay, just a missing part of yesterday. The conga taps out what she knew, the rest, the rhythm just withdrew. She didn't fade, she didn't whine, she left me hanging on a She packed her love in syncopation. Each goodbye was modulation. I tried to hold her with a chord, but some things can't be underscored. The piano blinked when she walked out. Even the lights forgot to shout. She took her coat, she took her key, she left the echo of not me. Some souls aren't meant to return. Some verses refuse to learn. She forgot me in E minor, tuned her heart to something finer. Now every stage just sings her name, and mine dissolves into the frame. Still I whisper her refrain, a noteless line in jazzed out rain. Not loud, not sharp, not designer, she just forgot me in E minor. She left before the downbeat, before the snare could start to lie. Just a look and then goodbye. No storm, no slammed refrain, just a rhythm she didn't explain. I waited on the one count grace, but she was gone, left just her face. The band tuned up, I held the mic, trumpet moaned, felt almost right, but every note like empty floors fell too flat to ask for more. She left before the downbeat, before the lights could dim, before the set began to ache, before the verse grew thin. No melody to follow, no harmony to stay. She ghosted out the rhythm like she never planned to play. She marked her exit in my chart, a rest between the aching parts, and I, too blind to see the space, just filled it in with muted grace. The conga hit, but no one danced. Her absence felt like happenstance. I sang her key soft and unsure, but jazz don't fix what love ignored. Timing isn't everything. Sometimes it's the only thing. She left before the downbeat, no crash, no swell, no cue. She vanished like a hidden chord, only the bass line knew. I played the night, I filled the void, let silence keep the rest employed. But every gig since has that space where she refused to take her place.
I sang the sad like you might come late, left your seat open just in case. Table 9 still holds your ghost, half a drink the seat I miss the most. The band tuned up but not for you, still I dress the melody in blue. The lights stayed low like they understood that memory never behaves like it should. Each note with practiced grace, still checking shadows for your face. Applause for the empty seat, where silence always takes a beat. I bow for no one, but still I bow, like habit wears a stage somehow. You never said you'd stay, still I save that chair just so. And every song feels incomplete without applause from that empty seat. The trumpet played your favorite phrase, hung in air for several days. Even the conga second guess struck too soft like all the rest. I told the mic what I won't tell, sang around it far too well. Each chord a thread that pulls too deep, still waiting for the sound you keep. I don't miss you, not loud, just enough to leave the seat was for the empty sea, the kind of loss that feels discreet. I finished every line on cue, but every note still asked for you. Now the club forgets your name, but I still toast the same. One for me, one obsolete, and one for the applause from your empty seat.
The song outlived her. That's the cruelest part. The melody stayed. She fell apart.
She said forever in 4/4 time, sang her promises off rhyme. She left before the hook could land, still humming with a drink in hand. The band just kept their heads down low, played her verse real soft and slow. And when her solo came and went, only the silence knew what she meant. The song outlived her. It played for weeks across the clubs, between the leagues. She never finished what she wrote, but every bar still held her note. I begged the mic to dim her name, but jazz remembers all the same. I still hear her in muted brass, in every chord that doesn't pass. The sax don't wail like it once did, it just nods where memory hid. She wore her love like linen smoke, tore it soft before it broke. Now every verse feels twice as long, like grief rewrote her into song. She never came to the final set, but the stage, remember, the band the song outlived her. That's how it goes. The crowd forgets, but the trumpet knows. I sing her name in chords I fate In rest I hold until I break, and though she never meant to linger, the melody still wears her finger. She left on the one right when the downbeat hit. Didn't miss a step, didn't even sit. Her drink was full, her eyes were dry. She said nothing, but the lights said why. The band kept playing like she'd return, but even the trumpet couldn't unlearn. She wore silence like a tailored phrase, sharp and smooth in smoky haze. The bass line knew before the room and followed her out in quiet bloom. She left on the one, didn't wait for the rise, didn't look for applause, didn't echo goodbye. She vanished between two bars, like jazz forgets who the endings are. I kept playing, but she was done. She left on the one. Still dressed, but every note still second guessed. The sax tried once to call her back, but melody can cover tracks. So I filled the gap with broken tone and played her shadow all alone. Love never leaves in time, only in tempo, only in rhythm. She left on the one before the groove could swell, took her silence, wore it well. Now the set goes on, but the soul is thin, 'cause jazz don't swing when ghosts begin. And I still cue her part, like she might run, but no, she left on the one. She never heard the hook, just nodded through the verse, smiled in the wrong key, left before it got worse.
She liked the rhythm, not the words, danced around the meaning, skipped the thirds. The lights were low, the night was warm. She whispered things that felt like form, but when the chorus reached for trust, she vanished like music must. She never heard the hook where the truth was hid, never stayed long enough to feel what I did. She tapped along to surface sound, but left before it came around. Now I sing where she once looked, but she never heard the hook. The band played soft, I sang with grace. She watched the clock, not my face. The conga whispered what I meant, the trumpet phrased what silence meant. But she just smiled through every lie and kissed the song before goodbye. Some people love the setup, the intro, the charm, but they never wait for the heart. She never heard the hook, and now it's mine to keep. A chorus carved in candlelight, a vow I hum in sleep. I play it soft in empty rooms where old jazz ghosts still tune their wounds. She knew the beat, she wore the look, but no, she never heard the hook. The set was done, the lights went low, but she didn't go. She stayed through silence, through the hum. Let the ashtray fill, let the snare go numb. Didn't speak, just watched the air, like someone else had left her there. The sax had cried, the piano too, but her stillness, that was new. She waited through the outro, through the part that fades, past the final trumpet, past the last cascade. She sat like time had paused for her, like jazz had made its final slur. No line to cue, no breath to show, but still she didn't go. I packed my mic, the band moved on, but she was something still half drawn, like ink that hadn't dried just yet, like smoke with lips and no regret. She looked at me, then passed the room, her silence dressed in distant bloom. And though the the set was soft and done, her presence played like Feature One. Not all exits make a sound. Some just linger and never come down. She waited through the outro, where stories usually end, but she made space for shadows to pretend. I left her name off every sheet, but still she sat, still kept her seat. And though I left and let her go, she stayed. She waited through the outro. She didn't say a thing, she didn't have to, because the silence already knew. I played the line she wouldn't cross, hung each word in midnight gloss. The conga tapped what I withheld, while trumpet told what I had felt. She didn't speak, but jazz is clear. You hear what's said when no one's near. The sax refused to finish thought, because she was the space I fought. She was the pause between the phrases, the rest that held 1,000 gazes. Not a lyric, not a note, but everything I couldn't quote. I played around her just because she wasn't the song. She was the pause.
She looked like endings don't begin, like solos that don't let you in. I cued her name in soft delay, but she had long since slipped away. The bass confessed, the mic forgave, but every word just dug her grave. I didn't lose her in the play, I lost her in what I didn't say.
Some songs are born just to bend. She was the silence at the end. She was the pause, and I was the try. We never clashed, we just passed by. Now every set feels just too loud, like music mourning what's not allowed. She never stayed, but always was, not the melody. She was the pause.
I thought I missed her, but what I missed was who I was when she existed.
She spoke in thirds, but moved in time. Her smile resolved, but not with mine. The piano caught what I let slide, and the sax just nodded, it never lied. I looked for her in every phrase, but found myself in the delays. She's gone, but not the line. She left, but the echo was mine. Not her voice, just its decay. Not her presence, just the sway. And I played the rest as if it were signed, but it was never her. The echo was mine. She sang with lips that never stayed, and I mistook the breath for blade. She vanished slow through music's door and left me humming what came before. The band still plays but knows the trick. Some ghosts are tempo, not arithmetic. What haunts you isn't always who left. Sometimes it's who stayed. She's gone, and that's just fine. I finally know the echo was mine. I kept her sound, but not her shape. I sang for two, but now escape. Let the music dim, let the line unwind. It wasn't her that stayed. The echo was mine. She never asked for the lyrics, just swayed, let the meaning fade. We played each night in minor light, two shadows close, but never quite. She knew the chords, the time, the beat, but never asked what they might mean. She tapped the table with her ring and let me sing without the sting. Like jazz was safer without talk, and love could dance but never walk. She never asked for the lyrics, never mouthed the rhyme. She hummed along in perfect time, and I kept writing lines for two, but sang along the whole way through. She never paused to ask or guess, and I mistook that for finesse. The trumpet knew what I suppressed. It phrased her name in sax would bend around her eyes and blur the truth in velvet lines. She smiled like songs were safer than vows, and I obeyed. I still don't know how. Some notes you play to fill the lake, she never left. She never looked back. Some love lives in the intro, some dies before the hook, but hers stayed where no one looked. She never asked for the lyrics, just danced till they blurred, and I kept waiting for her word. But she was rhythm, never line. She swayed beside, but wasn't mine. And when the club turned down the lights, she disappeared between the nights. No question asked, no kiss to fix, just silence. She never asked for the lyric.
She was in the room, but not the song. Smiled at the rhythm, but stayed unwritten too long. She leaned on laughter like it meant less. Let the melody clean up her mess. I play the hook with every care, but she just danced like it wasn't there. The sax asked softly, but she turned. The candles flickered, the lyrics burned. We circled verses I composed, but she was gone before they closed. She wasn't in the chorus, though I wrote her there. Every line a whisper, every breath a dare. I sang around her silence, bent keys to fit her tone, but she never joined the rhythm, just watched me sing alone. She liked the beat, but not the words. Said feelings were just for birds. I gave her bridges tied in sound. She crossed none, just stuck around. The bass line knew, the room agreed. Some people stayed, but never lead. She didn't vanish, she just never ended.
She wasn't in the chorus, no matter how I tried. I kept her in the rhythm, she kept herself outside. I called her name in trumpet lines and claims and unresolved designs. But when the music dared to ask, she stayed behind her glass. And now I close this line, because she wasn't in the chorus. She just was.